meeting. I will call the meeting to order. The time is now 9:09. My name is Georgine Adams. I'm the chair of the Environmental Management Commission, and we are having a special meeting in the Office of Aging at 1055 Kinole Street in Hilo, as well as online on Zoom and by phone. And major apologies for any technical difficulties people still are having. The purpose of this meeting is to deal with the new business of a contested case hearing, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But first, I want to introduce the members of the EMC. Again, I'm Georgine Adams, the chair. I'm from represent District 9, and going across at least my grid on Zoom, we have Elise Robinson, who is representing District 2. Rick Gaffney is District 8. Dee Fulton is District 7. Lee McIntyre is District 6. And on the phone is John Olson for District 4, and helping us out to make sure that we do this right is Kira Wong, our Deputy Corporate Counsel, back up in the top row for the Environmental Management Commission. And I see there are several members of the public as well as DEM and the appellants in this contested hearing case. First, a reminder, everybody except Kira, turn off your phones so that we don't hear extraneous noises. First item would be to take public testimony on the item on the agenda, which is a contested case hearing. Is there anyone on the call that wishes to give public testimony?
Chair, no
Hearing
testifiers in
none.
Hilo.
Excuse me?
No testifiers in Hilo.
And excuse me, we are live with an empty room in Hilo, except for Peter Sir, who is the secretary to the Environmental Management Commission. So he's the voice in the spooky empty room. So we will close public testimony since I don't have anyone raising their hand. And if somebody comes in at 9:30, I guess we'll deal with that. So under new business, this is a contested case hearing. We have Kayala Partners, LLC, appealing the DEM director's decision to build 2 wastewater accounts for TMK numbers 375, 019, 018, and 375, 019, 026. This contested case hearing is being held in accordance with Chapter 91 of the Hawaii Revised Statutes and Part 3 and 7 of the Environmental Management Commission Rules of Practice and Procedure. The issues involved in this case will be Kayala Partners LLC's appeal of the Department of Environmental Management Director's decision to build 2 wastewater accounts for those TMK numbers that I just read off. This hearing was set pursuant to Kayala Partners appeal dated October 12, 2021. The EMC is in receipt of the appellee's motion to continue the hearing dated December 27th, 2021, and the appellant's response to appellee's motion to continue hearing dated December 28, 2021. The appellant, Kayala Partners, has agreed to the continuance of the hearing, and I have issued an order yesterday continuing the hearing. There are 3 matters that I'd like to address in continuing the hearing. First, I need to make the announcement on the record that this special meeting is being continued to Friday, January 7, 2022. It's the first time I've said that year, 2022, January 7 at 9 a.m. via web conferencing and in-person location at Hawaii County Office of Aging and Disability Resource Center, 1055 Kinoale Street, Hilo, and also via Zoom. And if you want me to, I can read off that address, but we will be posting the locations and the ID numbers and meeting numbers on the county site for both DEM and the Environmental Management Commission. And hopefully we'll get the newspapers to put the right time in. Second, it has come to my attention that the Commissioner Olson, we finally got on the line, so that's good, would like to recuse himself from participating in the contested case hearing proceedings due to a conflict of interest. Mr. Olson, would you like to give a brief statement about your recusal?
Sure. Well, going back to the early days of the Environmental Management Commission, I do not recall whether I was actually on the commission at the time or whether I was simply tagging along, but I did view the property that you are discussing and the infrastructure that we're talking about. And that was quite some time ago. And I remember having discussion with the people involved at the time. And probably from my perspective, my memory of that is, to say the least, clouded. Shortly after that meeting, I ended up in the hospital for a very extended stay. My ascending colon parted. Basically, I died. And so my memory is not clear on a lot of things that happened leading up to that event. And I just think it's in the best interest of everyone that I stay out of this. Thank you.
We thank you very much, John, for your raising the issue of possible conflict of interest and appreciate the contributions you make to this committee. We do treat John as our historian on all things EMC and can you continue to appreciate his participation, but he is recused from participating in the contested case hearing proceedings. Third item is that EMC Rule 7-9D requires the appellant to give notice of the contested case hearing to surrounding property owners within 300 feet of the affected property. Appellant has satisfied the requirement for today's hearing. Since we are continuing the hearing, appellant would need to provide notice again. However, due to the short turnaround time that we're dealing with, thank you, COVID, for messing things up once again, and recognizing the costs associated with the appellant having to reissue notice, I think it's a good cause for the commission to waive the EMC Rule 7-9D. The waiver of this rule can be done by EMC under Rule 2-1, waiver or suspension of rules, which reads that for good cause shown, the commission may, by majority vote, waive or suspend any rule or rules of practice and procedure, provided that rules relating to jurisdictional matters shall not be waived or suspended by the commission. Having said that, can I have a motion to waive Rule 7-9D so that Kyle Partners do not have to renotice their neighbors? Anyone?
So moved.
Rick Gaffney, a second.
Second.
Elise Robinson is giving a section. Any discussion on the motion? we are going to hang on until 9:30, just in case one of those neighbors decided to join us late, but I think that
Is there a vote?
I think we're still in discussion.
we're still
Peter.
discussing, Peter.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's okay. You're there to keep us honest, make sure we're doing it right. So we think because they received notice at that said 9 o'clock, we saw the notice that was sent to the neighbors. We're probably okay to go ahead with this motion. Any other discussion?
This
Okay.
is Commissioner Mac. I was
Steve?
gonna say something real quick. This Commissioner McIntosh, he already sent an initial notice to them, so they know something's going on. So, if they're interested, they can find out more on their own. So it's not like it's just a surprise out of the blue. They don't know about it. They've been notified, so I think they've met their obligation.
Okay, any other comments? We ready for a vote? I'll call roll. Elise Robinson,
I vote yes. Aye.
Rick Gaffney,
Aye.
Dee Fulton,
Aye.
Lee McIntosh.
Aye.
And since John is recused, I assume he doesn't vote. And Georgine Adams votes aye. So unanimous that Kayala Partners LLC does not have to re-notify their neighbors about the continuance date. So I will issue an order and send it out to the parties. Kira will sign on my behalf that this rule is waived. Finally, I want to announce that Joel, Kira, tell us how we do this. We're going to continue until 9:30, just in case somebody joins late. So do I wait to recess it or?
No, you can go ahead and recess it now until
Okay.
January 7th, 2022. And then I'll just hang around until 9:35 around there. And if we have any latecomers, I'll let them know.
Okay, so I hereby announce that the meeting is in recess until January 7, 2022 at 9 a.m. And thank you and Happy New Year.